Hello again, YouTube land. I am now today going to be playing some arena. Now, as to who I pick, I am not sure to be honest at the moment, but I am, however, inclining towards playing Ares. Because I do love to play Ares in arena, or Hades. Both are amazing hybrid tank characters to play when it comes to arena. Now, what my other team choose, well, the rest of my team choose, is entirely essential. For at the moment, if we have them two low health character assassins, we are probably going to struggle here. But we shall see how things go, because Humbert's ult can work rather well in disrupting the enemy team when they try to start an initiation, and then on that I can blink in and grab whoever's left running paralysed, pull them in. That leads up for either Zeus or Poseidon to follow up, and anyone else who managed to escape and runs off, Loki could essentially finish off there. So, to be honest, it could work out, but we shall have to see. Now on their side, they've also got two assassins. They've got Mercury and Humberts. They've got an Ares, Artemis and an Agni. So the Ares looks like he'll use his ultimate to initiate for the Agni to then ult on top. Maybe with the Artemis after that, making sure they're stunned, keeping the pokes on. Mercury is probably going to be trying to do the same thing as our Loki would, whereas the Humberts is, I don't know, I mean their team doesn't necessarily need a Humberts, but I guess he could do the same as our one did. Anyhow, we shall see how this goes. Come on, Humberts. We can't wait around for you monkeying about on the moon. Is that a Sputnik underneath him? Right, here we go. Right, so start off with the chains, because you are Ares, and you don't like people escaping from you. You like to do lots of damage, keep them around, make sure they can't use abilities to just run away, and also allow your team to crush them. Now, the flames is generally a nice extra poke onto them, or for wave clearing. His 2, however, cannot be underestimated, as it can give up to 30% CC reduction, which is ridiculous if you think about the stun there. 1 second stun, you could lower that to 0.7, which is essentially crucial, because that 0.3 of a second that it takes off could essentially give them enough time to beads if they forgot to in time, or use an Aegis just before a Poseidon ultimate, an Agni ultimate, as Zeus ultimate, and therefore quite possibly save their arses. Anywho, it seems my team all wanted to do the buffs, which is a bit odd, because normally you'll get a major and ADC to kind of take care of here after the first set. So I am much lower than I would wish to be, which means I can't play aggressively. This is quite problematic, but on the other hand, it is arena, so I can just back out now. I've wasted pots a little bit, but it does not matter that much in the long run. On the other hand, what will be needed is beads for the opposing Ares. Now I can see everyone on their team apart from their Humberts and Ares have beads, so essentially I want to grab both of them. Or I'll just grab him from base and bring him right back over. Put all the hurt. My team won't help me. That's awkward. No, please. Okay, bye. So Humbert's decided to initiate upon my death. That's not so great. That's not so great an idea, because then they're all kind of running back towards their base, but I guess Loki still picked someone off. Oh, Loki. Oh, no, Loki. Run. Run, Loki. I can give you protections, but I can't protect you from that. I can't protect you from Mercury. Can I? I might be able to actually protect you. Oh, keep the hut on. Keep the hut on. There we go. There we go. And that is why Ares is formidable even as a tank. Because he can just walk on along, do so much dot damage to you that even as you think you have a chance, your life ebbs away from you. Early game, as you can see, not very tanky. Both me and the enemy Ares have taken a lot of damage. I'm having to use a lot of pots just to stay in the fight. But once I finished off my boots, I can then start going into the aura items, which is where Ares shines. This is because of his passive here, which will give him 30 additional magical power per aura item. So essentially, as long as you're building aura items, you can build him a tank and still get the magical power from it. It is one of the best things about Ares. Now, if I remember correctly, I think this actually used to be 50 in the past. It was then nerfed down to 40 and finally 30. For the obvious reason that you'll see even just there, how much I just ticked off that Ares without an aura item at all. He does a lot of damage just from his basic abilities, not even including the chains, which are definitely the main damage that he does. As you can see, the Humbats just literally ripped apart there. Even as he ulted me, the chains were just doing that much damage. I mean, I'm doing 44. It's not exactly a wimpy ass attack. Still rather strong for an early game anyway, especially for a tank. But as you can see, I have built mage boots, so that does help. But the main reason you get mage boots is because this gives you a 15% cooldown reduction, which means your ultimate is only 76.5 seconds, whereas this is 90 seconds. So it means if someone pops their purification beads on your first ult, they're likely to be hit by your second. Now, a great item for him is Witchblade, because this lowers attack speed and physical power. When you get in close, it gives you movement speed, attack speed, all the kind of good stuff. Now, if I press 2 here, you can see that's a 10% reduction. Not enough at the moment, because it's only level 1, but it did almost save the Humbats. Of course, when it gets to a higher level, it's able to do 30%, and that'll give them a lot better a chance. But as you saw, that Ares initiated, and because purification beads take so long to come off cooldown compared to the boots, I mean, that's full level as well. That level is 135. You need to be careful if someone builds cooldown boots, because you're even more screwed. And if you're going back to base, you're still going to want to pop beads, because otherwise he's just going to relentlessly chain onto you, rip you straight out of your base and go, no, come back here, my team want to have a word. And then you're going to either die or just barely escape with your life and have to run straight back to base again, meaning you don't get any camps, no XP from clearing the wave, no nothing. Now, as you can see, the flames are brilliant for clearing camps, whereas if I use a chain, it does a lot more damage in one hit, sure, but no way near the clear that this can do. Now, I've grabbed the speed buff because this allows me to just chase down my enemies even faster. I'd normally save it for my allies, but they all essentially died, so I had to buy it now, well, pick it up now, rather than let it fall off cooldown. Now, getting Blink so that I can just jump into people even more often is essential, because that allows me to be able to combine it with my ult perfectly at all times. In fact, sometimes, because the ult takes longer, it means I can just blink on out of danger. Now, the best thing I can do here is try and avoid as much damage. Oh, I did not get the ult off, so sadly they were not stunned, but I still go on cooldown for the ult. So sadly that was a waste, but the best I could do was use that. There was a split second where I could have used Blink if I was fast enough to escape the Ares chain just before it hit me, but I was just not fast enough. That was in the forefront of my mind. I didn't really want to try and use my ult, and as you saw, using it is dangerous when you've got low health because you're likely to still be destroyed. Now this one, yeah, kind of needed to get out of there, but he was a bit hungry. All I can do is just reduce CC for the Loki there, and just run back to base. Duke as much as I can, blink on in, grab Witchblade, grab myself Iron Mail, and run back out. Now it seems at the moment that Ares is doing the most amount of damage. Mystical Mail is a lovely item for that kind of stuff, but I'm going to go Sovereignty because they still have a lot of physical power. 3 high damaging characters, an ADC, and 2 assassins. Now, as you can see on the scoreboards, they seem to essentially be doing just as well, but there's more of them. So, it's more worthwhile for me to pop into that. Whereas if I went into magical defense, then my team would essentially not get quite as much protections because there's only 2 people with magical, including 1 Ares, who, as much as he does great magical damage, still has nothing on a mage. So you don't really want to be building so much just for a mage and a tank. Now, since there's only 2 of them, I can just push up like this, scare him right there. There we go. Chain keeps him from jumping away. Loki finishes him off. Now we can easily push this in. All I have to do is stand next to it. My team can fall back, because that is 10 tickets, even if they get me for 5. So it's still worth it. But the Loki's hungry, and he's going to fall for that. That is a shame, because that's actually evened out that. Oh no, I guess we got the Humbats, so now that was 5 tickets more. So I guess, yeah, that did work out. I'm just going to pop that early, because that's 45 seconds, 28, not much difference, whereas I can get right here, keep these guys from chasing Poseidon. He still dies, but on the other hand, I did get the revenge. Now, if Humbats would just stop going ham with no health, that would be lovely. There we go, get that in. Stop them from getting the Zeus. Chase the Humbats back out. Mercury, your boxing days are over. I did not even have to reach you. Now, there is no way in hell we want this to go through, because they are still ahead just about, since they essentially have 4 more kills than us. It makes things a bit awkward, whereas if I counter just perfectly, no, I wasted it again. There we go. That's another way. If there's an Ares versus Ares, you can use a counter ult. You can use your ult to counter theirs, pull their team, and just switch the initiation right around and put them on the defense. Sadly, I just ended up messing everything up and ruining myself. On the other hand, I've now got all their attention on me, which allows my team to get off some damage. Some damage. Team? Damage? Well, essentially it's supposed to get them to do some damage, because that's kind of what they're supposed to do. When people focus the tank, you do the damage. But, well. I'm doing well enough, I guess. No, maybe I spoke too soon. Well, that's a big shame. Go on, Ares, let's trade chains. BDSM start. There you go. Nah. Okay, the Loki, when he hits, he hits. Damn. I whiffed that. Well, that's a shame. No point me fighting them. I can, however, clear this. As you can see, I'm now doing 87 on 1 damage scale. As you can see here, he does 1.751, 1.25. So I'm still doing a crazy amount of damage for a tank. Thanks to the aura items I'm building up. I am now at 2, so that gives me 60 magical power extra. Now that Ares just basically countered my blink initiate. That could have helped out my team there, but I also noticed that there's all these minions here that would put them in the lead because they would go through the portal and mess things up. So sadly I had to kind of deal with that. Now I don't really want to waste my out on just one person either, especially since all it's likely to do is just pop purification beads. So what I want them to do is group up a bit more. Oh, get messed up there. Oh, there we go. Now I got some people. They're going to use beads. Oh, not all of them. Not all of them use beads. Oh, well, that's one dead. Sadly, the Poseidon died. Oh, I couldn't keep them off that long enough. I did, however, just punch Agni in the face. So, did get the kill from that. Artemis is very hungry, so I'm just going to want to... Oh, I messed up the chains. No, he's going to chase me now. He's got all the chase he needs. Retreat Poseidon, you're on your own. This is not looking good. Oh, hey Merc, how you doing? I whiffed that chain again. I cannot hit my chains today. I am very, very sorry. I am usually not that bad with Ares. Sadly, today seems to be an off day for me. Right. Nope. Yep, just missing everything. Keep the poke on. Keep them away from the tower. There we go. I'm at least forcing 2 back. Artemis may stay. Mercury's gone round the side to either pick up a speed buff or to gank us. We'll see. No, he was picking up a red buff. Okie dokie then. And Loki just stealth to go and see the red buff. Yes, it is missing, as I just mentioned. Alright, well then. Slowly got to make my way up there. Oh, hey. You've not really got anyone to benefit on that in a destructive manner, so I can just do all of that and pop. Boom. Go on, I'm on him. Get the hit. There we go. Run. As long as you make it L's. Don't stay in the fight. Don't stay in the fight. Wait for your free to come back off cooldown. Yeah, that's a good boy. Nope, Humbats, you may not want to stand in the fiery path or kill everyone for too long. That might hurt. I would strongly suggest going against standing in fiery damage thing. But hey ho! Oh, here we go. Here's our chance. All these minions pushed up. All these chains on here with Mystical Mail plus the flames. Doing a lot of damage, and you can see the Mystical Mail or the chains, I'm not sure which one actually there, managed to pick up the kill. That is essentially why you need to be scared of Ares, because he is generally a high damaging tank that, whilst he's not hard to shut down, when he's with his team, he can become nigh on indestructible as they defend him, and he just shreds you away. Because most tanks, they'll peel, they can use CC, like Ares' chains or ult, but they can't generally get off the same amount of damage. As I said, the only exception I'd really say is Hades. Ares, Hades, they got the same Ez end, so of course that's the same. Shush. Right, if I use purification beads for a 5-second cooldown, I might just be... he just managed to use beads and dash away. I would have got the kill there. That is a lovely little thing most people forget about purification beads. Once it's fully leveled, it also reduces the cooldowns on every single ability you have by 5 seconds. So if you just pop it for that extra 5 seconds, that can mean the difference between a kill or you dying or anything that could help out your team. For example, you could be doing Gold Fury. You just pop that, you get a cooldown. It might give you enough damage from an ability to take out the Gold Fury. I'm not sure. It might even put a cooldown on things like your abilities, which would therefore allow you to get Hog Free faster to insta-kill the Fire Giant or Gold Fury when it's low if you didn't have it up. Well, not quite up. It can be a rather useful way to use it, but it does seem almost a minor thing generally. Oh, my team, however, is taking massive damage. Loki is not being too smart here. He is charging on in when we have barely any tickets left. That was a bit of lag. Intestinal rip on the Agni. The Artemis is having a bad day, and now it's just down to getting this one kill for us to win. Come on, Zeus. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, I need to stay out of the way of that. Can I get the chain? Can I get the chains? Can I get the chains? I do. There we go. And that is the win. And as you can see from my score, as a tank, I somehow had more kills than my deaths, and yet I still had a high amount of assists. In fact, quite possibly... Oh no, the Zeus had just about more assists than me, but as you can see, I mitigated 35,000 damage, which is no mean task when you look at their Ares who only did 21,000. I tanked more than him as well. But if you look at the player damage, I was out damaging Poseidon, who is a pure mage, and Humbat, who is an assassin. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's about all I can say for Ares, and that's about all for today as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.